Hey YouTube, it's Reverend Lance. Today I want to talk about explosive personality disorder and how this disorder is the reason why people become criminals. Number one, the media assumes that people become criminals because of mental health issues like bipolar and schizophrenia. I have been doing a lot of studies into criminality. And what I'm about to reveal is going to blow your mind. People become criminals simply because they are suffering from an explosive personality disorder, otherwise known as EPD. What exactly is EPD? EPD is a psychological disorder that people generally experience from bad publicity, listening to negative music, watching violent movies, reading books they should not be reading, and watching pornography. Explosive personality disorders, EPD, can generally lead to schizophrenia because what you listen to, there's a saying, you are what you think, you are what you listen to, you are what you believe. To back up what I'm saying, Solomon said, do not eat with people who are stingy. Proverbs 23:6. A person with an explosive personality disorder, EPD, is like a yin-yang symbol. The yin could be the good guy, but that little small circle in the yin-yang could represent that small percentage of bad in him. The bad guy is like 99% bad, but that small circle in the black area is the small percentage of good. So that's what I mean by the yin-yang symbol. If he eats with stingy people, probably referring to people with EPD, then he is likely to become stingy himself. There was a study done at Elgin Mental Health Center, EMHC, that demonstrates explosive personality disorder. When a patient comes to Elgin Mental Health Center, they are taught not to share their food or any of their snacks. If they get caught sharing, they are restricted to the unit. They lose privileges. They lose phone privileges. If a person grew up sharing all their life, and when they get to an environment like EMHC, EPD is triggered the moment a person is told not to share. If a person was taught to be stingy all their life and they go to an environment like Elgin Mental Health Center, then they will not contract the disease EPD because there's nothing psychological going at them because of what they were selfish all their life, and the Elgin Mental Health Center promotes that selfishness. But if a person is used to sharing all their life and they go to an environment like Elgin Mental Health Center and they're told not to share or they can get in trouble, it psychologically fucks with them, so they end up getting EPD. Question: are people born with EPD? No. Explosive personality disorders, EPD, is a learned behavior. If a child becomes aggressive, it would occur for one of the following reasons, or it could be more. One or more of the following reasons. Either one, he read a book that he had no business reading that was not suitable for his age. Two, his parents allowed him to listen to negative music, such as rap and hip-hop. 3, he loves to secretly watch pornography. 4, he lives a double life. For example, he may be gay, but he poses as a straight person due to the fear of being judged. At 5, he was a victim of childhood bullying. In this situation, explosive personality disorder, or EPD, can only occur if he is the type of person who likes to hold things in until he explodes. Question: how does EPD cause schizophrenia? Schizophrenia is a thought disorder. The Bible says, train a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Proverbs 22:6. If a child has a happy upbringing, and as long as he was homeschooled, he, in many cases, will not suffer from schizophrenia. But the moment a child noticed an error in parenting and going to public schools, the greater his chances are of contracting explosive personality disorder, which in many cases leads to schizophrenia. Explosive personality disorders, EPD, in many cases do have a lot to do with arrogance and pride. For example, if a child grew up in a rich aristocratic family, then two things are likely to he lacks two things: humbleness and humility. He lacks humility because he doesn't know what it means to struggle financially. For example, if a homeless person asks my mother for money, she would say, she would give them an application and tell them to go get a job. At the time, I thought it was okay to treat homeless people that way, since she did it. This was before I taught myself the Bible from cover to cover in 2012. Most people with explosive personality disorder, EPD, believe that schizophrenia came from reading the Bible, and in many cases that can be true, especially if they took a literal approach to reading the Bible. And by literal, I mean they believe everything word for word, that there's no outside interpretation of what this Bible say, and since this is a religion, I must follow it. That's what I mean by the literal approach. People who take the literal approach to reading the Bible tend to suffer from religiosity. And religiosity and explosive personality disorder go hand in hand. It is hard for someone to unlearn something. It can be done in under three conditions. One, the individual goes through intense therapy and counseling, through both a psychotherapist, Christian counselor, and social worker. 2, the individual must have a desire to be healed. And 3, the individual must have hope. People with explosive personality disorders, EPD, often feel hopeless. Certain psychiatric medications can trigger explosive personality disorder. The most notorious one is the antipsychotic Abilify. One of the main side effects of Abilify is restlessness. Abilify is also known for triggering a person's psychosis, grandiose delusions, and many patients have reported hearing voices while on Abilify. Many of these delusions have caused doctors to diagnose their patients as being schizoaffective disorder with psychosis. In the past, when you got labeled as being schizoaffective, it meant that the doctor didn't know what was wrong with you. Well, the problem is that people with schizoaffective disorders are truly suffering from explosive personality disorders. I'm Reverend Lance. I encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and you will learn more facts regarding EPD and everything else. Thank you.